Chicago Sky teammates of Angel Reese, Ariel Atkins, Rachel Banham, Courtney Vandersloot, three ladies which were targeted in that hit piece that Angel Reese slid underneath the table. Yeah, they responded. Not only did they respond, but the Chicago...
Could Angel Reese be turning into the Chicago Sky's biggest headache instead of their star player? Think about it. She's been sidelined by technical fouls, missed games with a back injury, and even publicly called out teammates like Courtney Vandersloot, Haley Van Lith, and Rachel Banham. Yet, the Sky actually performed better without her. So why is Reese pushing for trades and a roster shakeup when her own turnovers are topping the league? Even after missing several weeks? What happened next? Her teammates pushed back. The front office stepped in with consequences, and the Sky finally started thriving without her. Is this the end of Reese's run with Chicago? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Should the Sky cut ties with her? Let's hear it.
It's over. That whole Sky Barbie thing, that thing is over. Angel Reese is done in Chicago.
The Chicago Sky have no choice. They're moving on. What do you do when your supposed franchise star publicly attacks her own teammates mid-season? That's exactly what Angel Reese did. And this wasn't some polite nudge to step it up. She went full-on in a Chicago Tribune interview, snapping, "I'm not settling for the same shit we did this year."
Let's see what Angel Reese had to say. "I'm not settling for the same shit we did this year." Oh boy. Reese told the Tribune, "We have to get good players. We have to get great players. That's a non-negotiable for me. I'm willing and wanting to play with the best. And however I can help to get the best here, that's what I'm going to do this offseason. So it's going to be very, very important this offseason to make sure we attract the best of the best, because we can't settle for what we have this year. Overhaul this roster."
And she didn't stop there. Reese directly called out her own teammates, questioning whether Rachel Banham or Haley Van Lith were even good enough for a playoff team. Comments like that don't just stir up fans, they break the sacred locker room code. In professional sports, you simply don't air out your teammates in the media.
"We can't rely on Courtney to come back at that age that she's at," Reese said. "I know she'll be a great asset for us, but we can't rely on that. We need someone probably a little younger with some experience, somebody who's been playing the game and is willing to compete for a championship and has done it before." Courtney Vandersloot, by the way, two-time WNBA champion, five-time All-Star, two-time All-WNBA first team, left the New York Liberty, a championship caliber team, to come help out the Chicago... Oh, damn. Oh, damn, oh, dang, oh, damn. It's all right, Courtney.
Is that really how it went down? The fallout was instant. Courtney Vandersloot, a veteran who's been the backbone of Chicago basketball for years, suddenly got painted as too old to contribute. Never mind that she's still producing, still orchestrating the offense, still one of the smartest floor generals in the league. Instead, her own teammate treated her like a forgotten trade card collecting dust. And here's the kicker. The irony is brutal. Last offseason, the Sky's front office literally reshaped the roster around Reese, trading the number 3 overall pick, Sonia Citron, for Ariel Atkins. That wasn't a minor move. It was a clear signal. We're all in on Angel. But instead of building unity, it only amplified the tension.
You can tell it's just some turmoil going on in Chicago right now. And it kind of brings up the question, like, what is going to happen with Angel Reese at this point? I think she's done playing.
Now, imagine this from Ariel Atkins' perspective. She's the new addition, a respected player brought in to help elevate the Sky. And what does she find? The supposed franchise cornerstone treating the roster like pieces in a fantasy draft, claiming some teammates aren't good enough. Atkins handled it with class, publicly defending her teammates and emphasizing team growth. Reese? Her message couldn't have been more different, practically yelling, "We need better players." The contrast says it all. One player focused on unity, the other only on upgrading everyone else while keeping herself above the fray.
In the beginning of the season, you was missing mad layups. You was shooting like 27% on layups. I saw Ariel Atkins at the podium holding you down. I didn't see none of your teammates going in the media blasting your ass for not being able to make a damn layup. We haven't seen none of your teammates come out and flame you for how you was missing layups back to back to back to back to back. You had like 8 straight games where these dudes won hundreds of thousands of dollars betting that you would miss your first shot. None of your teammates came out and embarrassed you publicly. They held you down.
And here's the craziest part. Reese wasn't just calling out her teammates from a place of dominance. She was racking up turnovers like Halloween candy, getting suspended for technical fouls, and vanishing for weeks with a back injury. Everyone in the gym could see her mistakes, but she seemed completely blind to them. To the team, it was like watching someone complain about the car's paint job while she's the one driving it straight into a ditch.
I would be highly surprised if Angel Reese is on the Chicago Sky's roster come the start of the 2026 or the 2027 season. The Chicago Sky, they might be saying to themselves, Angel Reese just isn't worth the headache that she is causing. Great rebounder. As for everything else, she's not worth the headache that she's caused.
The result? Instead of uniting the locker room, Reese isolated herself. The more she aired grievances about her teammates, the more they realized she wasn't standing with them. She was standing apart, pointing fingers. Once that line was crossed, there was no going back. The Sky didn't see a leader in Reese. They saw someone tearing the team down from the inside. The cracks were already visible in her words, but once her play started reflecting the same issues, things spiraled. That's when teammates stop shielding you and start speaking their truth. That's when a locker room hits its breaking point. Angel Reese's media comments weren't just throwaway lines. They ignited a fire in the Chicago Sky locker room, and suddenly, players who once stood by her no longer felt compelled to stay silent.
Well, it goes to show, if you're gonna go at a legend, you better not miss. As we know, Angel Reese come out this week. She absolutely crushed her own teammates into the dust, and she even decided to go after a legend, the legendary Courtney Vandersloot, who of course blew out her ACL at the beginning of the season, and she is in the midst of making a comeback. And of course, Angel Reese made some comments that were none too
In her quest to become a legend, Reese kicked off this entire mess by publicly taking shots at her own teammates. Instead of owning her turnovers or mounting technical fouls, she questioned the value of veterans and role players, calling out Courtney Vandersloot and even criticizing the production of Haley Van Lith and Rachel Bannum. To fans, it came off as arrogance. Inside the team, it felt downright divisive. Every word she said inevitably reflected back on her teammates, whether they wanted attention or not. Ariel Atkins found herself in a tough spot. She'd been brought in during the offseason to support Reese, not to deal with locker room drama. Atkins tried to hold the line, defending her teammates and offering calm, constructive words instead of lashing out. But it wasn't easy. No one wants to join a new team only to navigate day-to-day chaos fueled by someone else's ego. Fans should have been focused on basketball. Instead, Atkins was left cleaning up the mess. The contrast is clear. While Angel Reese missed games, racked up suspensions, and fueled locker room drama, Caitlin Clark led by example, staying engaged even when sidelined, cheering teammates, and building momentum on the floor. Clark leaned into her team, celebrated small wins, and amplified others' strengths, creating trust and resilience. That culture helped the Indiana Fever exceed expectations, play freely, and push toward playoff contention, proving that leadership isn't just about talent. It's about presence and commitment.